This is Twit.
Nubia showed off the Nubia Alpha smartwatch sporting a flexible OLED display that wraps around the wrist with a 5:1 aspect ratio, roughly. It's running a custom version of Android that allows for dragging info up and down on the display, as well as swiping left and right for app switching, which includes hand gestures above the device, by the way, in the air. And even has a few physical buttons on the side if that's your jam. It'll fold around the wrist up to 100,000 times, which should be plenty considering you'll wear it for a month before you get tired of wearing the future on your wrist. But props to Nubia for trying something new. Is this the answer to anyone's wearable prayers? Tell me the future will improve on this look. What do you think? Is this hot, Michael, or is this not?
This is a gimmick. We briefly considered including this in our folding phones roundup because the screen technically does fold, and technically it is a phone. But if you look at the specs, it's a watch platform, and they're just doing some neat stuff with it. That's all it is. It's a sci-fi prop.
It is. It totally is very sci-fi. What do you think, Duncan? Did you get a chance to throw this brick on your wrist?
I did put it on my wrist this afternoon, and I think I know what it's like to be an inmate.
Oh, boy.
I mean, it kind of looks like that. You're right.
It is a hefty piece of metal. It didn't fit properly, so that made it feel a little more loose. Yeah. Look, well done for doing it is the only nice thing I have to say from my experience.
It's the future. It's just not the future we asked for. Flo, you've talked a lot on this show about watches that would fit on a woman's hands, on a woman's wrist. What do you think about the Nubia?
Well, I saw my friend Caitlin McGarry, who works over at Tom's Guide. She posted a picture of her wearing this thing or playing with it today in her article, and I was like, nope. So, you know,
so
my friends and I are not, you know, as we'd like something a little smaller.
Yeah, or something. I mean, you can't get any narrower than that. That's for sure. Otherwise, the screen's gonna be so narrow you can't really do anything with it. Yeah, there's just something. I don't know about the wraparound screen on a wearable. I don't know how necessary it is, unless it truly hugs your wrist. The way like putting a band and like a I don't know, a rubber band around your wrist actually did, and that's going to require technology that we just don't have yet.
Yeah,
I think there's a great contrast here in when I called it a sci-fi prop, and the thing is, some sci-fi props become real. Like all the folding phones that we've seen today remind me of nothing so much as those little tablet computers they have on Westworld, which if you haven't seen the show, it's basically the same idea. They just fold out and it looks really cool. And something else that sci-fi often has is transparent screens where the guy's looking at it and he sees through it to what's behind it, and that says future. And we've been able to do that now. We've had that as a real thing for 5 or 6 years, and no one has used it because it's dumb. And this falls squarely into the second category for me.
Yeah, we'll see what it evolves to. Maybe 10 years from now we'll be like, see, Nubia knew what they were doing. See?